Hello Internet, I'm Nick Acciani, and these are my adventures backstage. Alright, so after like 6 months of not having a video up there, I'm putting up a video. I wanted to jump back in with the University of Iowa does a stage management survey every year. They started in 2006. They had about 300 responses in the first one, and now they've had over 1,600, which is awesome. And their whole goal is to just kind of, I'm going to read it right here for you. The goal of this survey is to identify trends among stage managers. While this study will never fully represent all American stage managers, it hopefully will allow us to analyze our agreements and disagreements, track our evolution as a field, and glimpse part of our future. I think that's pretty well said. It's professional stage managers, hobby stage managers, anyone who's stage managed. They gave out the survey back in November, gave the results in January. I'm just reading them now. But I did take this back in November, so I figured I would share some of my results with you. Give you kind of an insight to me and my jobness in stage managing. Alright, here we go. 11 to 20 weeks. Nonprofit theater. I've pretty much exclusively worked for nonprofit theaters. Counting only stage manager employers, I guess that would make 2. I'd say it's about 25% of my income from the past year. Been about 6 years, almost 7, since my first job as an assistant stage manager. Yeah. 30, or well, I took this when I was still 29. California. That's where I live, and that's where I work. So I put shadowing a stage manager because that's pretty much how I got all of my experience, shadowing other stage managers. I have a BA in theater. That is my highest level of stage management education, and that was a BA in theater with concentration in acting. So, next. I am gay, so I'm a part of the LGBT community. I have not. There have been moments where I've not felt unsafe, but felt uncomfortable because of the type of theater I've been working in, but that was always addressed directly or indirectly by the producers or director. So I've never felt like it was a problem. Handwritten. I have it's rational but unrational fear of flags, stickers, and post-its falling out and me not having the cues, and it just takes too long to type it up. I handwrite it. I always give a standby, which is partially for me and partially for them. I would say for me sometimes, if there's a lot of time between cues, or if I know the deck crew has to congregate in one spot from different parts of the stage, I will give a warning to give them time to do so. Yes, from everyone except for my sound mixer, because they need both ears on the sound, so how are they going to give me a verbal cue back? Usually video just for me because it's faster to say, but I have done projection in the past and I've gotten tongue-tied and messed up calling cues, so I use video. Sometimes I like to be in control of the cues and giving the cues because it's usually me getting yelled at if they're taken wrong, but you can't always see everything, which sucks because you need to be able to see everything, but sometimes you can't. So if they have a better vantage point or if they just need the timing themselves, I will let them take it themselves. Case in point, we had one cue at the end of the second act when I did Flea in Our Ear, where all my cues were taken off of the gunshot from on stage. The deck crew had cues as well off of that gunshot. Gunshot? The gun did not shat anywhere. We all had to take our cues off of the gunshot, so there wouldn't be a delay of me hearing the gunshot and telling them to go. I had them take the cue off of the gunshot. But I also called that in the standby and stuff, that you're taking your cue off of the gunshot. Usually all this is taken care of in the equity contract, which I've only worked equity contracts or like equity inspired contracts. But if I've needed more to get out to a theater, I have done travel transportation, but I've negotiated that inside of the salary. Always from the booth. I hate calling from backstage. I've done it before. I hate it. It's usually between 1 and none. But ideally there's 2, so you can shadow 1 and then call 1 while they're on top of you. My laptop and my phone are like my lifeline. I don't use any. I use Word and Excel. It's likely, if I stage manage again, before starting, I would try and learn the app. Rehearsal performance reports and scheduling, paperwork generation, like that type of stuff would be amazing to have. Hello, puppy. I've gotten jobs off of offstage jobs, and they're listings they've called me, and usually from colleagues, from requests or recommendations by other directors or producers. Facebook, Flickr, Instagram, Toby has one too, LinkedIn, offstage jobs profile, podcast video blog, Tumblr, Twitter, personal website. All that is for promoting myself and promoting my dog on Instagram. Facebook, yes. Offstage jobs, yes. And my personal website. And Twitter. For me, hiring references are huge. Knowing who you've worked with and who has liked working with you. If you're coming to interview with me, I'm always going to ask you to bring a prompt book, just because I want to see how you write cues and how organized you are. Doesn't have to look like mine at all or be organized like mine, but if I can look at yours and make sense of it in like 2 minutes, then we're great. I am Equity, I am a member of SAG-AFTRA, and I am a member of AGVA. I was eligible at 27, and I waited until I was 29. I am a TD. I do scenic design, I act, and I write. I've done the shadow experience in the booth for people, and I've done backstage tours. Right now, more satisfied. Back when I took this, dissatisfied. I was working all the time. It was not great. When I took this survey back in November, none. I might have had like 6 or 7 days off the entire year. Now it's a lot less, but in the midst of a show, in the midst of stage managing, I eat fast food pretty much every day. Caffeinated beverages, a lot. Alcoholic beverages, it's like 15 plus, 2 a night. When I'm stage managing, I'll come home, I will turn those TV shows on, I will watch 2 episodes with 2 beers and food, and then I will go to sleep. After my last show, I am consciously avoiding stage management work. So I'm concentrating more on my design and my writing, and when I stage manage, it does not leave me enough time to pursue those other things. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys go and take a look at the survey and see kind of where you fall into it. If you like this video, comment down below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, keep checking back. Don't forget, do what you love what you do. Nick out.
Hello.
This is Toby, everyone. Introducing my pup.